So, Trapper, what is your beef? Who's going to set the tone? First one. And by the way, if you're watching on CBS Sports Network, there it is. The famous Tower of Beef. Hey, Rome. My beef is with the people who ask you to help them move only to show up and nothing is packed in boxes. If we're going to give up a Saturday to help you with your life, the least you can do is make sure you're actually ready to move. Jeff from PDX. That's always a big ask, isn't it? Hey, yo, man, can you help me move? Can you help me build my house? Hey, Rome, here's my beef. I go grab lunch with a few people a couple of times a week. One of them is, are you going to finish that guy? This son of a bitch always orders a cup of soup or a side salad and then proceeds to eat fries or whatever off of everybody's plate. Sure enough, at the end of the meal, he asked the question, are you going to finish that? We've all wised up to his S and finish every last bite of our lunch, no matter how full we are. Order your own food, Scott, you cheapskate. Chad from Orlando. You know, when I first saw this paragraph this guy wrote, I was going to lecture this guy about, come on, man, it's a beef segment. Bam, 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 keep moving. But I'm so glad I didn't. That's incredible. Are you going to finish that guy ordering a side salad and eating off everybody else's plate? Romy, my beef is with adults who don't eat the crust on a slice of pizza. Grow the hell up and finish what you started. Blake in Denver. Hey, I'm with you, Blake. I always eat the crust. It's kind of hard to make the argument, too, right? Like, yeah, well, I don't want those calories. It's pizza, yo. You're already eating pizza. What do you mean you don't want the crust? You don't want the bread. Oh, but you'll eat the cheese. You don't like crust. Who doesn't like crust? I'm with Blake. Suzie from Wisco. Hi, Jim. I have hashtag beef with the phrase please and thank you. The courtesy of your request is nullified by the apparent expectation I will do your bidding. Please don't talk to me like that. Wow. Suze, easy. Jim, I have a beef with pen clicker guy. You know, that person at work, every time they're in a room or in a meeting, that they're pumping their thumb up and down on the knob of their pen like there is no tomorrow, while all we hear is that click, click, click pulsating through our ears. Do us a favor, put the pen down or stick it somewhere. Jason in Bend, Oregon. You know what I like about that? It's original. We have not had that beef ever on this show. Jim, my beef is with my husband. Now, we've had that one before on this show. Can't wait to read the rest of it. My beef is with my husband. He can't remember our anniversary date, the kids' birthdays, the neighbors' names, but he can quote verbatim lines from movies 30 years ago. The next time he says, we're going to need a bigger boat, I'm going to send him off in one. Donna in Detroit. War Lady Clones. That is so good. I love that. I love everything about that. This guy can't remember anything important, but he's got every line from every damn movie in the past 30 years. Rome, my beef is with convertible guy with the top down in wintertime. You look like a tool, and I hope you freeze your ass off. Chad in Ottawa. Hashtag war self-gloss. I don't agree with any of that. And Migs in the 562, my beef is with the bags that drive with a foot hanging outside the car. They think they're so cool with the bottom of their hooves are black from all the dirt. Put some shoes on and keep your feet inside the vehicle. Huh? At Golf Hammer 22, my beef. Dudes who can't cleanly grab an object handed to them without making hand-to-hand contact. Someone asks for a pen, you hand it to them, barely grasping the end, and they still grab your hand 3 fingers deep. Idiots, keep your nasty gummy worm fingers off mine. Another good one. Jim, Philly fan, has a beef with the jungle karma created with the great interviews with Bryce Harper, Phillies break 11-year playoff drought, Eagles undefeated and legit Super Bowl contenders. Hell, even Sixers have Larden go Harden. You are leaving us nothing to bitch about. JD in Philly. JD, you know why that is? Because I love y'all. I love Philly. I'm trying to help. I know you feed off hate. I'm here to spread love. You know me. Hey, Rome. Good show, dude.
Good show, dude.
My beef is with Willie in KC, the Pete Rose of the jungle. This dude was one of the absolute best callers ever, and then he made one regrettable call. Come on! He's still a part of the show every single day. Alvy, help me out here. Come on, Horseface.
Horseface?
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Willie, your Shawshank apology wasn't going to work, obviously. Get back up in here with a better and more sincere apology. Then you can get back to bagging on St. Louis again. Kort. Interesting take.
St. Louis.
Rome Town Buffet. My beef is with Giselle. We're the only ones allowed to take rings away from Tom Brady. Signed Eli Manning and Nicophallus Foles. V in the fee. Come on, V. Wore DK Mudcalf. Wearing number 2 next week. V, you're something else, dude. Like, I really like you, V, as a dude, but some of your stuff is just garbage. Wore DK. Like, I like you. Normally when I say to somebody or I point out to a clone, shut up, James Kelly. James Kelly's like, that's awesome. Kelly's the worst. Kelly, you really are the worst, dude. You're worse than the worst clone, James Kelly, because I pay you. You're on staff. You're part of the show. You are so much more one of them than one of us, Kelly. If you didn't go 5-1-1, you'd be out there on your ass with them. I knew the second I read War DK Mudcalf wearing number 2 next week, that James Kelly would just be blowing me up. Yes, that's incredible.
It's 2 for me.
Seriously, Big Head, you're a moron. Sometimes you are just moronic, dude. And so easy to read. I know the second I read something like that,
You're a moron.
then I'm going to hear from you. See what else we got here. At Because You Don't Know writes, my beef is with the farmer's market that I get dragged to. Why does everyone who, quote, works there have dirty feet, a burlap bag for a dress, and dirty dreadlock hair? You're selling food, not LSD at a fish concert. Give me my $15 arugula and take a shower, weirdo. It's pretty strong. Hey, Rome, I have a beef with you, Rome. Your tremendous rant on half of TB45's face was freaking hilarious. How did it not jump the day? Aaron in Iowa, I guess it just did. The Angry Bird tweets, Jimbo. My beef is with the clones who absolutely have to stick an Orenthal reference into everything. There is no such thing as 6 degrees of Orenthal. Hashtag what's your beef, right? Agreed, dude. Great beef. Best beef yet. Jim, I got beef with the musclehead in the gym wearing earbuds, passing gas loudly. Just because you can't hear it doesn't mean the rest of us don't. Bill. Jim, I have beef with pizza crust guy. I don't eat mine because I give them to my dog for treats. Plus, the crust causes constipation. That's interesting. Feeds his dog the crust. Steven the 719. Ian's in. Jim, I've got a beef with the guy that says to eat the crust on a pizza. You know why I don't eat that plain, boring crust? There is no sauce, cheese, or toppings. Ian in the Natti or the Bengals being the new America's team. Listen, I'm not going to die on that hill. If you don't want to eat the crust, don't eat the crust. I eat the crust. That's not the hill I'm going to die on. I will battle. I will go to battle for a lot of things. That's not one of them. Don't at me on that. You don't have to eat the crust. I'm not going to say you're wrong. Feed it to your dog. I don't care. Rodster. Hey, Rome. My beef is with pen clicker hater. Hey, bud. We clicked the pen so we can listen to your boring presentation awake. All right. One more before I go to the phones. Hey, Rome, my beef is the moment I hear the words, let's go to the phones. During the beef segment. At this point, it's strictly all downhill, and we can only expect randos to try to get airtime by sharing a bad beef, then regurgitating something said a billion times on the show, trying to be funny. Email and tweet beefs for life. Signed, everyone.
For life.
Let's find out. That's kind of funny. Let's find out if that's how that's going to go. Let's go to Stephanie in Maine. Stephanie, good to have you. What's your beef?
Hey, Rom. Well, my biggest beef right now is Tom Brady. I can't believe what he's doing to his life. He should have stayed retired. I love the guy. Love him on the Patriots. Loved him on Buccaneers. But, man, he's ruining his life. He should have just quit where he was, you know?
I know, Stephanie. All right. War Lady Clones. I don't know if she's upset with him ruining the team, or if she's upset with his play, or upset with what's left of his face. She's just upset with Tom Brady. All right, let's go to Philly. John in Philly. John, what's your beef?
Jim, my beef is with the guy who's had major surgery 6 weeks ago. I'm eating my breakfast, and now he wants to yank his shirt up to show me the scar. I don't want to see your scar. You shouldn't be showing it to me, and your wife shouldn't have to look at it, Frankenstein. I'm out.
My man, what do you think? Why do you think I just said I love Philly? My beef is with the guy who had surgery 6 weeks ago, who's taking off his shirt to show me his scar. I shouldn't have to see it, and neither should his wife, Frankenstein. Dude, you nailed it, Rackham. How you gonna top that? That was so good. That Frankenstein blast at the end, that was awesome. Let's go to San Antonio. Ed. Hey, by the way, so far so good on the phones. Ed, good to have you. What's your beef?
Hey, Jim. Yeah, my beef is Amazon Prime football login. Yeah, I was one of the guys a few weeks ago trying to program the TV 1 minute before kickoff, and no, my girlfriend says, why don't you watch it on your phone? Well, because I'm not 13 years old. Why don't you make me a sandwich? So if I had to go next door, ask my neighbor, hey, can your 6-year-old come over and program my TV? Now my neighbor won't talk to me. And
I'm guessing, Ed, neither were your girlfriend because you said, why don't you make me a sandwich? Incredible. He says to his girlfriend, can you put this up on my TV? And she says, no, why don't you watch it on your phone? No, why don't you make me a sandwich? Wow, dude. There's nothing right about that entire call, and yet I'm laughing. This is one of our better phone call beef segments. So let's try another one. How about we go to Appleton? Christopher, good to have you. What's your beef, Christopher?
Hey, thanks a lot for taking my call. So my beef is when I'm going down the road and I come to a lane closure, and let's say the left lane is closing, and then everybody backs up on the right lane for a mile, and then I go down the left lane and try to get in, and that guy doesn't let me in. My beef with people who don't let me in the construction. It's literally called the zipper method. It's the rule of the DMV. Google it. Zipper method. Let me in. I'm not a jerk.
Unbelievable. Did he just say it's the zipper method? Let me in. I'm not a jerk? Because I have to admit, I'm not familiar with the zipper method, and I always think you're a jerk if you do that. And the reason I really resent that is, frankly, I don't have the sack to do it. I'm not that guy. There's this overchange. I've talked about this, the 405-101. And when I used to live in the 818, I was the loser that would get in line at the end of the line and just grind it out and watch all those other guys who apparently weren't jerks, but just adhering to the zipper method, who would go all the way to the very end and literally have the balls to cut the line. That's the ultimate cutting of the line, that 405, 101 interchange, which would back up for miles during drive time. And I'm telling you, man, it takes a certain breed to cut that entire line, because that line is like 20 minutes or more. But I didn't know that there was an actual method that you could adhere to. The zipper method. I'll be sure to look that one up later on today. 1-800. This is, I don't want to jinx it, this is my favorite phone segment of the What's Your Beef segment in a long time. 1-800-636-8686. Chuck, you're looking at me like we should walk it off right now. Walk it off while we're still ahead. All right, let's do it. Let's walk it off. There's a bunch of callers still on hold, but why wreck it? That was good. The zipper method. I'm not a jerk. Look it up. It's in the DMV manual. Hey, I'm not looking at that DMV manual unless I have to take that test. And this is why I don't even want to jinx this. I haven't gotten a ticket like ever. At least not like in 30 years. I know that was a mistake. But the beauty of it is I don't have to take the test. No, actually, that's not true. That's not true. I did have to take the test. And just like I'm the idiot, the only idiot that gets in line, I'm the only idiot that studies for the test. Because what would be more embarrassing than failing the license renewal test? So I finally had to take the test, and I'm in Orange County, and it's really hard to get in to get the test. So I got the test in LA. I literally studied for the test. I'm not proud of that, but I did. And I learned it. And then I get there finally. The day finally comes. I go from the OC to Los Angeles. I wait in line. And they direct me around the DMV. Go here, go there, go here, go there. And I finally hit the last window, and I'm ready, man. Pencil up. And this gal looks at me and says, "You're good." I said, "What?" She said, "You're good." I said, "I'm sorry, what?" "You're good, sir." I said, "Are you telling me I don't have to take the test? Or no, I don't get to take the test?" She's like, "Nope, don't need it. You're good." I'm like, never mind that I drove my ass from the OC to LA to take this test. Even worse, I studied for the test. Can you give me the test? I want to take the test. I don't want that work to go for naught. I passed that bitch. You know I did. Come on now. That was a good segment. That was a really good segment. This is why I love the beef segment. Every Wednesday in season, What's Your Beef?